All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. It is Mike. Make sure to subscribe, which all of you have. Thank you for supporting the channel. We're getting closer to 5,000 subscribers. And what more do you want me to do on here? As most of you know, I'm a broadcaster, so I put on some highlights. Might get to some football stuff after baseball, but so locked into baseball. But I like doing these 5-minute updates for all of you. And man, oh man, things have certainly just changed in the American League, right? This was kind of like a horse race. Down the stretch they go. And down the stretch, I think the biggest story in the American League is the decline of the Tigers. That is not a good team right now. I watched that 6th inning last night. Tarek Skubal had an absolute meltdown. An error on a bunt play where he threw the ball between his legs. He had a wild pitch. He had a balk. He had a timer violation. He looked absolutely rattled. And the Tigers, who are a wild card right now and do have the advantage over Houston, but have lost their division lead. Last 63 games, they're 26-37. It's not a good lineup. They struck out 19 times last night. It's just not a good team. And they have a chance of not making the playoffs. There was so much focus on the Red Sox, and I think it was kind of overdone here, where people were talking about a collapse. It's not like they were the division leaders. And I know they held that wild card lead, but not by like 5 or 6 games. Detroit is the story. Same with Houston. Houston lost again to the A's. Seattle won. Seattle has a 5-game lead with 5 to go. They have the head-to-head with Houston. So if they win tonight, they win the division. And it's weird because Seattle plays the Dodgers this weekend. And I don't think that they're going to be throwing their A guys in that series. They just need to win one game here. But the Red Sox took care of business. And I don't really care what the other teams are doing, to be honest with you. Because after a bad homestand, right? 2-4 is not good. And with what's happening with Cleveland and Detroit losing so much, and Houston, while, yeah, that's helped you, you've won 3 or 4 on the trip. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. You've been 1-3 on this trip, right? 2 less. You'd be 84-73, tied with Houston, which you'd be ahead of them, but you'd be a game behind Detroit. Well, actually, okay, you would have the final wild card. You'd be tied with Houston for the final wild card, but you would lead because of the head-to-head. So you'd have a 1-game lead with 5. Instead, by going 3-1, you have a 3-game lead over Houston with 5 left. 2 wins and a Houston loss. You're in. That's it. Take care of business tonight. You got Crochet on the hill. Maybe they lose. So what? Let them win the rest of the games. I don't care. I really don't. They win the rest of the games and you win 3, you have the head-to-head. Be nice if they lost, right? But there's a legitimate chance that the Tigers, and if they get swept, that means Cleveland would have beaten them and swept 2 straight series from them. I don't think Cleveland's that great either. Pitching's great. Offense, their lineup is hitting .226. What does that tell you? A team hitting .226 is leading a division. Pretty remarkable stuff. Crochet's on the bump tonight against Max Scherzer, who pitched at Polar Park this year. Man, baseball's nutty. So you got one of your big-time guys on a Wednesday night. And then tomorrow, you peek ahead. You got Brian Bayo against Shane Bieber. Guess what? Another guy that pitched at Polar Park. Enjoy your Wednesday. Sox at Toronto tonight That's your 5-minute update.